ghost hunting. I was here with my family and a family friend, and the craziest thing almost ever that's happened to me in the paranormal happened here. Shit, and I never record anything. So, what's up? What up? We're going for a ride, and where are we going?
Allaire State Park.
Allaire State Park. Why'd you pick Allaire State Park?
Because it's moody.
It's moody. Do you know that I actually had a crazy paranormal experience there?
Well, we're gonna go find out.
I'm gonna go show you guys. It's gonna be pretty wild. So we're in New Jersey. We're headed to Allaire State Park, and I have a family connection to there. Yeah, I'll tell you about it when we get there.
Awesome.
And you guys too, I guess. We'll find out.
I just really like the ambiance.
He says he likes the ambiance. Out here in New Jersey, we just call this future living for condos. So, Simon, what are you shooting today? What is your plan here, pal?
I don't have a plan. I
Excellent.
plan on just shooting B-roll of myself and some pictures of myself. So that's the point of this.
Okay.
I try to do this at least once every 2 weeks.
Oh, that's better than my once every 6 months, I suppose. I recycle a lot of footage, folks. Don't hold it against me. This fancy guy has 2 fancy cameras. What are you gonna do, right? Look at this.
Filming me?
Yeah, I'm filming you, and I'm filming me, so don't worry about it. So what are we using here? What do you got?
What we use?
Yeah, what kind of camera are you rocking?
A Sony A7 IV
Okay.
with the Sigma 35 1.4 and a little handy dandy remote
Look at that. You can't go wrong with having a remote control.
that basically lets you take pictures, take video from far away. So I get into place and then I simply just pose and hit the button. Go ahead, click that button, run over to what you want to do, and take the picture.
How'd that go? You do what now?
You click the button,
Yeah.
you run over to what you want to do,
Okay.
and you take the picture.
All right.
Yeah.
And what about this beast of... You look like you're about to go, like, shoot for an NFL event or something.
This is
here.
my baby. This is the Sony A7 IV again. This is the Sigma 70 to 200.
We're using an Action 5 Pro because we're not fancy like Simon.
No, that thing is fancy.
You're fancy.
I try to be fancy, but not as fancy as you.
God damn.
And these buttons.
I do have some cool buttons. It's my flair, bro. I want to work at Fridays so bad. And they just keep closing them.
So I angled the card this way, right? Just because I want to do some B-roll shots like I usually talk about in a lot of my videos. So what I'm going to do is I set it up this way. And now the action is supposed to, what I'm going to be doing is closing the trunk and then getting into my car.
There's some Hollywood stuff out here, folks. Isn't it? I'm like, okay, I got to get to that door over there. I'm like,
Right, you're counting the steps.
so unnatural, folks, but that's the way it is. It takes time to get used to forgetting the camera.
Right. It's honestly, you just need to act as if it's not there.
And it isn't. What cameras? Look at this. Where can people get this sick hoodie, by the way?
This hoodie?
Yeah, this is sick.
SimonKmedia.com.
Put it on the screen. SimonKmedia.com. Go there. This is sick.
Because you know what? We're part of that creative culture.
I'd say if you're gonna go be a content creator, it's fun to go out alone and just have your thoughts, but I really like going out with other people and having a good time, especially when they're real professional and you learn as you go. So, you know, that's a part of what we're going to do. And Simon learns a little bit about ghost hunting as we do these things, and I learn a little bit more about taking good photographs and good video for B-roll. Park here in New Jersey. It's historic, it's cool, and it's not just a park, there's a village. So behind me you could see this really old building, and I think I saw a sign on it that said it was built in 1820 or so. So that just gives you an idea of how long this has actually been here. If I had to guess, I'd say that this has been restored. It's really pretty looking. I don't think there's any access inside today, but a lot of times they have events here during the weekends, and you can come and check out the place. They have, we'll pass them along the way on our journey here, but they have like a blacksmith shop and maybe like a wheat shop or something, and some other things, a church. It was really cool. And it's also haunted. Which is really fun. So this is Simon. He's setting up a shot, and let me show you what he's checking out here. There he is again. So as you can see, when we're looking at any kind of film production, you want to find texture in the environments you're in, and believe it or not, shadows add a ton of texture to things. And when Simon said it was a, what did you call this place? Moody? Moody.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. This is a mood. Like, this seems like, to me, we're going to tell a story, and the trees might be a part of it, or they're blocking some of the shadows or some of the sunlight going into the buildings. It's just cool, and it's going to make for a really great shot, which it looks like. Button, right. You know.
Tell me which this platform, right?
Yep. Well, this is a lot of fun. Again, I get a lot of experience learning like this. It's not something you get to do often unless you're an actual photographer or videographer, which I do mostly all my stuff through vlogs, so it's fun to work with somebody else and learn some of these cool techniques. But I gotta get a cool shot of you doing your thing. That was fun. You guys aren't gonna be able to see that slow motion jump maybe ever. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I mean, it might.
It might. Maybe Simon will put it up on one of his places.
Maybe it'll be a cool bloopers thing.
That was not a blooper. It was such a solid jump. I mean, I can still feel it in places I don't feel things, so it's weird.
That's what my red button. Or there's another one up here.
I know red means record.
I know.
On a tree. I see you. I find Bigfoot. You think I'm gonna find you? This guy. He's like a squirrel. He gets ideas, and then we just move and trade spaces. Yep. Forrest Gump it in front of this bench.
Basically.
Wow.
All right.
All right. So there he goes.
Oh, that's not too sturdy.
At least we would have had it on camera. You falling and breaking your butt.
That's not too sturdy. Let me do that again.
Is that not bolted down?
No, it is. It's the wood.
Oh, okay.
In between or not.
Well, I'm not going to do that then.
So tell me the story.
All right, so here's the story. On my dad's side of the family, his grandmother married into the Allaire family.
Okay.
However, there was some drama about it because somebody in the Allaire family didn't like her, from what I understand, or they didn't like where she was from, something to that effect, okay? So this place was here, and there's somewhere here or nearby, there's like an obelisk or like a, what do they call it? It's like a memorial. It's not. It's like a headstone, but it's a big one, and there's nobody buried there. But it's got all of the names of the Allaires and their family members.
Okay.
But my
cool.
great grandmother's is not on there.
Well,
that's that story with the family drama. We're gonna go a little bit deeper into the park here in a minute, and I'm gonna tell you what happened to me here. I was not ghost hunting. I was here with my family and a family friend, and the craziest thing almost ever that's happened to me in the paranormal happened here.
Okay.
And I hope it doesn't happen again.
All right.
Or maybe it will, and we'll capture it.
Maybe we'll go to a couple spooky spots.
Yeah, we will. We have to.
All right.
We made it out here. You ever been on location somewhere and you're getting nervous that you didn't pack something you should have? Like the extra batteries you have for your camera? That's where I'm at right now. But I'm pretty sure in my little bag here, I have them. And guess what? There they are. all charged up and ready to go from when this one dies. Simon's over here. He's getting some cool shots. We're going to do some more photography and stuff, and then I'm going to do some ghost hunting with you, as promised. Okay, we're rolling, and I'm going to tell you guys and Simon for the first time, he hasn't heard the story yet, about what happened to me right here on a beautiful summer day. So it's kind of a funny story, and it has to do with photography, which is interesting as well. Okay, so it was myself, a coworker who's a family friend as well, our families, and we were walking along this path here, and there were some attractive young ladies over here in front of this building taking photographs, and they had somebody taking pictures of them, and it looked like glamour shots, kind of like what we've been doing today, just like, you know, promotional kind of stuff. And I was just walking and talking to my buddy and minding my business, but what happened is the ladies unfortunately got my attention, and I looked over and I was paying attention to them, and as that happened, I'm like looking over there, and out of nowhere, I kid you not, I feel like the force of a fist hit me right in the jaw, and it hit me so hard, and I was walking right here, I stumbled. That's how hard I got hit.
Oh shit.
And I was like, what the hell happened? And my friend was like, what, did you trip? And I was like, no. And I showed him, and I had a red mark. Yes, something came out and just gave me a shot right in the jaw, and it was hard. I felt it so much that it moved me off my path. So I've always been curious. I've never been back down here to like ghost hunt. Like, is there something in this building? It looks like it could have been a chapel or something, maybe. I don't know.
It's a little freaky.
Yeah, but I mean, it also looks like a barn because they have the hay door at the top.
Yeah.
I don't know what they used it for, but Allaire State Park has been featured on television shows that talk about paranormal activity, which they hadn't come out yet when I had my experience, and then shortly after, they had a show out with somebody who lives here on this property. He's a famous ice skater.
Okay.
His dad was the caretaker here for like 10 years or so, and he lived here and he had tons of paranormal experiences. So it was really nice being validated after it happened, because if you just hear me tell the story, it sounds like it might be a little crazy, but for me that was
a little nuts.
Yeah, and I wasn't ghost hunting, wasn't looking for paranormal. It was a beautiful day in the middle of the summer. We're just having a good hang, walking around, you know, getting some exercise.
And there's a lot of people around, which is
weird.
Yeah.
There were people, you know, 50 feet from us, and it was so crazy as to what happened. So record. Okay, so we're recording here. We're going to record right here. We're going to use something called Ghost Tube Vox, and we're going to see if any of the spirits here at this building have anything to say, or if they want to answer for punching me in the face. Hello? Is there anybody out here right now that would like to speak with us? So, as I'm asking that, there is a woman who came out from this corner right here, and she's dressed in like a period, like early 1900s kind of like dress.
Scott sees ghosts with his third eye. The ghosts appear like images in his mind.
And she kind of like waved me on. So she's like saying, come this way. So we'll go over there and we'll see if we can get her to talk. Hello? This is a young lady. She looks to be like in her early 20s. She's just kind of standing here, and she seems to be aware of me. And I'll show you right where I'm talking about. She's about right here up against the wall. And she's looking very, very mischievously at me. Hello? Hi. Can you say hello? Is there anything that you would like to say? So my name is Scott, and I visited here before, and I had quite the experience where, if you just heard me tell the story, I got punched in the face while walking here by somebody I couldn't see. Is there anybody here that knows who did that? Keep hearing like a really old name, like probably like Esther or something. I'll have to see if there's any kind of Esther that was ever on this property. So if you're unfamiliar, if nobody's ever been out here with actual tools to help you communicate, I can hear you, I can see you, and I can feel you. So you have the ability to talk to me directly, or you can try to manipulate this device right here, which will amplify your voice and help us hear what you have to say. I think it just said bullshit. It's not BS. It really works. I just heard you. A little bit more? Yeah, so if you get closer to me, I think that you'll be able to use this device a little bit better. It is a telephone. You probably see people walk through this park all of the time or through your village with it, but maybe they don't always talk to you. So this is your opportunity. Nope. Yeah, no, this is a good time for you to be able to come and chat. Can you just say hello? If I wanted a better chance at talking with somebody here at the village, where should I go? It's interesting how quiet it is. And the reason that's interesting is because people claim that these apps will just talk and ramble. But honestly, this one is so good that unless there is something happening, it's very quiet like it is now. Or if spirits are being reluctant to speak. I just want some answers as to who hit me. If you guys can tell me that, I'll leave.
What I'm seeing is
Something about I'm seeing. Okay, maybe you don't know who did it. And that's okay too.
Sounded like I didn't see anything.
Oh, I didn't see anything. Simon says it sounds like they didn't see anything. Snitches get stitches. I got you, even in the afterlife. Do you have any kind of message that you would want to pass on to the people who take care of this place? Let's do a little something. I'm going to try to connect with the building a little bit and see if that'll help bring some of that energy out. It does? Okay. So right now my eyes are closed and I'm centering and I'm trying to ground and I'm attaching some of my own energy into this building to see if I can get anything out of it.
cool.
So I'm being brought back a little bit in time. And actually what I'm seeing is about 20 to 30 people sitting out here. And it's almost like, I don't know, like they're watching somebody give a presentation maybe out in front of this building, which is pretty interesting to see. And there's some cheering and happiness happening. So it makes me wonder if good times were had in front of this building and not necessarily anything negative where somebody would want to be hit or punched or assaulted in any kind of way. Is there somebody here on the property that protects the ground? Somebody said to me, they said, Hail Mary. Like, I guess like Mary. The church is right over there. So maybe that's something to do with it. All right, so if you guys aren't going to talk, we're going to go over to another building and see if somebody else wants to talk. Maybe we'll find some spirits over there that want to chat. Well, it's cool because as we come up to this house, you can kind of tell, like, it. In our town, we have a house called the Spy House. And the Spy House has a very similar shape to this one. The windows are in different placements, and instead of the corner turning like this. It goes straight, but it even has a built-on room like that one, but they built it straight. It does not have the brick, the spy house. So I wonder if they built this as like, I don't know, what do you think? They probably used it as dining space or something, or like a yard at some point. A dungeon, perhaps. Oh, there's somebody up here. Yeah, look at that. What is up? That's where I want to go. I want to go down there. Underneath. It's probably just where they kept yard equipment or something, but it's still neat. Check the lookout. Yes, the lookout. Okay, all right, well, more. We're having a good time.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
All right, so we are going further, deeper down into the woods. I don't know what we're gonna find down here, but surely it will be woody and wet. Maybe both woody and wet. You just never know what you're gonna find in the woods in New Jersey. Simon's getting the shot set up. It's getting a little... I love danger. So he's setting the shot up over there. We're gonna get a really nice shot of him up here on the bridge.
Start up here. I won't go too fast, but.
Oh, you're good. I can. Luckily, it's a small camera. I can see.
Because I don't want. Because I'm not gonna be looking down.
Oh, okay, I got
so
it.
I'm gonna bust my ass.
We'll see. It'll be on here.
I mean, it will
America's
be.
Funniest Home Videos.
It'll be on there and there.
Yes.
All right. Ready?
And snaction.
Awesome.
What did they say?
What do they say in show business again?
What do
That's
they
that's a Rizap.
wrap it up.
Let's go.
Let's go. If you don't wrap it up, that's where babies come from.
I mean,